I want to start with some glasses. Before I even knew we were going to do this, I read your article on Adrian Broner, the Boxing Hall of Fame, and some insight you put to a lot. There's a lot in that article that I would. First of all, give the people a description of what you wrote about.
Well, I just think, honestly, Adrian Broner doesn't get a lot of credit. And when you look at his accomplishments, he's accomplished something that only 16 boxers have, and every last other boxer is in the Hall of Fame.
Meaning four-time world champ. That's what you mean.
Four division world champion. Four division world champion.
All right.
And it's still only 16 fighters in the history of the sport that's ever accomplished it. So I felt like pretty much shoes him in for the Hall of Fame, but because it's still a public vote, I don't think he get the credit. So I went on record just giving him the credit.
I'm gonna tell you, the funny thing with this, I thought when Adrian Broner first started in the public eye, when he was about probably like 16-0 or something like that, I thought Adrian Broner was overrated bad, right? Really overrated, I'm thinking.
Sure.
Now I'm looking back, he's terribly underrated.
Sure.
And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna go both ways with you on the Hall of Fame thing. Four-time world champion doesn't mean what it meant even 25 years ago.
Four division
world champion. Because there's 4 world titles to win, as opposed to go back even 30 years. You got the IBF came in 1986 with Larry Holmes, right? Mm-hmm. So prior to that, there's the
WBA and
WBC. There's nothing else. So they have half the chance of getting even a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
And if the titles unified back then, there's one guy with 2 titles. So you're not going to get the amount of title shots. So I don't look at that, but I look at this. At his best weight, which I would say was probably at 140, what do you think Adrian Broner's best weight was?
I mean, I think he's been pretty even. If I gave him credit, it'll probably be what he did at 130, 135. But
okay.
I like him at 147, 140.
I'm going to tell you right now, once he came to 147, it was about money, but you got to look at it like this. He was willing to take risks. There's fighters that will not take any risks. They get nowhere. I don't even count losses when guys take risks. Like, this is the situation right now. Mikey Garcia, he does not belong at 147. He's coming up there for 2 reasons, probably. There's a lot more money to be made.
Sure. And
he wants to get some more titles, and he's not afraid to take risks.
It's a challenge.
The fighters take risks. You have to respect that. I don't even count. Broner, to me, he's a fish out of water at 47. Doesn't belong there. The power didn't come up, nothing.
I just think he lost to every fighter he was supposed to lose to at that point.
At 47?
He fought really good fighters. He didn't lose to a fighter he shouldn't have lost to.
I actually thought, you might think I'm crazy, I thought he had a real good chance to beat Mikey. I truly did.
That was the fight to me that I was like, but once again, we probably still don't know how good Mikey Garcia is.
We don't know how good he is. And Mikey Garcia, don't forget, when it's not like Broner was an established welterweight. He came up and fought another guy coming up. It's not the same as you fight a guy that's been there and that's his weight. You got another guy coming up in weight. That almost evens it out. Mm-hmm. He tested himself at a higher weight with the guy that's coming up with him. Are you really testing yourself at that weight? We'll find out from Mikey with his next opponent, who's a legitimate welterweight.
Well, no, junior welterweight. He's a junior.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But that'd be 4 divisions.
Yeah.
So, I think Broner lost to people. I think there's nothing wrong with him losing to Sean Porter. Sean Porter's a great fighter.
Sean Porter, just style-wise, I think out of the guys now, I saw a discussion the other day that someone asked, Eric Kelly asked if people thought Keith Thurman could beat Mayweather right now. My response was, Thurman's punches are way too wide and he's not aggressive enough. The way to beat Floyd is to have, you got to basically be tight and you have to be aggressive. That's the style, not the guy, but the style. And I think Porter.
I don't know if there's probably any style that beats him at this point. Maybe you need for Floyd Mayweather, you need like a Tommy Hearns. You need somebody with a truly superior gift, and then they have to have discipline.
Big punch, not be over.
Well, I don't even think it's the big punch. I think it's somebody who can control. Like I like how Conor looked against him. Well, I like the length that he had to overcome.
Why I say one big punch? You're not going to hit Floyd too often, so you better have something good when you do hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be accumulation blows because he's going to play defense. He's going to do what he does, sit back, and he's picking everything off. If you have one big shot that gets in, he's going to get hit with something. Well, and that's why I think the guy with one big shot. But I think Porter would have the best opportunity style-wise.
Yeah. Maidana looks like Maidana.
He's a better. That's exactly what I said. He's a better version of Maidana.
Who was the early fight?
Castillo.
Yeah, Castillo.
Yeah, the blueprint is there.
So Sean Porter, he lost to Sean Porter. Broner lost to Sean Porter.
No. I don't.
And he lost to
Mikey.
Not Mikey, but it was Sean Porter And somebody, Maidana at 147.
Yeah, Maidana was his first loss.
Who ended up dragging Floyd.
Yeah, and have been
through a hell of a fight for 12 rounds.
And wasn't that Maidana had just gone over to Robert Garcia, so Broner didn't really prepare for what was going to be put in front of him. He prepared for Maidana what he had seen prior to him going to Robert Garcia. Well, so you got a way better fighter in front of Maidana for that.
But even then, like I said, I don't think Broner, he just lost the fighters he should have lost to until Mikey. Mikey became the first fighter where it was like, okay, now you have to be concerned. But then again, we still don't know how good. Mikey Garcia could turn around and be a 5-division champ. Mikey Garcia can go to 147 and beat somebody great, and then that loss to Broner, Broner's loss looks like nothing. It looks like, you lost to Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? So I think Broner really is underrated in the sense that like he's a once you accomplish something that less than 20 fighters, less than 24 fighters
in history,
you're special. Yeah, and I think Broner shouldn't be worried about the defensive side as much. You know, you're an already made fighter. You know what I mean? Everybody, you're made. Like who you are. So I told him personally, I was like, Freddie Roach. Like you need to get with Freddie Roach right now, and he'll take your offense to the final level. And at that point, whatever you do, you do. Yeah, and I just think Broner just, he's a made product. I think he's won good fights, and I think he lost to the fighters he was supposed to lose to. It's no crime in losing.
No.
You're saying Rocky Marciano is not in the top 10, and Mike Tyson is in the top 10.
If someone, you give me the best Mike Tyson, I don't know who it is. It's Spinks, that fight. I don't know which version it is. You give me the best Mike Tyson, I think he beats the best Rocky Marciano.
I don't know, man. I just don't think Mike Tyson beats any quality fighter.
No, he does. The old George Foreman would be in the top 20 heavyweights of all time. Not if he never fought. If he didn't start his career till he was 35 years old, and if he didn't start his career till he was 35 years old,
that's how good George Foreman was.
And he started 0-0 in that comeback.
I like that. Okay,
that
so we agree.
Would be a top 20 heavyweight.
So we definitely agree. George Foreman is a top 5 heavyweight of all time.
George Foreman is absolutely positively one of the no doubt
fighters.
Top 10.
Yeah, top 5.
5. I put it like this: Lewis, Ali, Evander Holyfield is the greatest cruiserweight that ever lived that didn't fight as a cruiserweight. He was literally, he would have been the great, you talk about dominant, he's the Michael Jordan of cruiserweight. But the thing, but you know what he would have needed? A day job. Because he would have made no money.
Well, I mean,
think about that though. I'm going to ask you this thing. This is one of my big things I always like to discuss with people. Marvin Hagler. Just give me your overall opinion of Marvin Hagler.
Top 5 middleweight all time.
Top 5.
Yeah, probably in the top 5.
Okay, now I'm gonna do this for you. So his biggest high profile fight was Leonard, which he lost. I think he really did lose. People argue it.
He lost. I mean, he lost.
He lost the fight,
regardless whether he looked better or but he on his record it says L.
He got an L. Okay. So when's that?
Hagler is a different kind of beast. Triple G is dope. Like I don't want to take nothing from Triple G, but Hagler is a rough, rugged, dirty, hit you with everything kind of guy. You're not going to knock him out. And if Triple G is not going to knock that would be a fight. If I could do anything in life, that would be a fight I would bring to life.
I really don't know how that goes.
Yeah, that's that. I tell you one thing, it's going to be a fire fight. It'll probably be the greatest fight in the history of fights because nobody is. It's just two people fighting each other.
I don't know what happened.
Lara took his foot off the gas, and when you just like what Oscar when he lost to Trinidad, which I still think he won a fight. But if you take your foot off the gas,
you open yourself. Yeah, no, you do. Oscar made that way too close of a fight, as did Lara with that. He started coasting, and that's never a good idea. Broner went down right now. I truly believe that he would actually be Crawford's best test to this point. I don't think Crawford's beat anybody as good as Broner.
No.
And I think that would be the best test for Crawford right now. And I would be a little more sold on Crawford. Crawford is potentially a great fighter. I haven't seen him beat another great fighter yet. I've seen him beat some guys that we didn't know about. Pascal we didn't know about. He came off of Matisse loss. He's shot. Matisse is shot and he looked like he was fighting in slow motion when Pascal beat him. Floyd is going to be way more beloved in 20 years.
Sure. Like Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah. And Larry Holmes, everybody hated him, and now he's a beloved man.
Okay, so.
And you know what I'm saying? He's going to be Floyd Mayweather in 20 years.
SoCal Boxing Report, right here, Jersey John, G, where Floyd Mayweather is better than Sugar Ray Leonard.
No, but Sugar Ray is better than Floyd. That's how we're going to end it right there. Cut it.